So we are here this afternoon with Dr. Hernandez, the superintendent from Edgewood ISD. Dr. Hernandez, we're so grateful that you were able to join us today. And as you know, many of us have been finding that we've had some challenges as we've been going through this COVID-19 pandemic crisis that's not only hit San Antonio, but our entire state and country. And so what are some of the challenges that Edgewood ISD has experienced with COVID-19 and perhaps some of the solutions that you all have put together so that you can help continue to educate our children within the community and help moving our education forward with our students and the community?
So first and foremost, thank you for having me on to come and talk about obviously important issues that are not just important to Edgewood, but as you said, at the city level, the state, and the country level. I can surmise the three things that are challenges right now for our district in Edgewood. The first thing being connectivity is really ensuring that our students across Edgewood ISD have the capability to connect to the platforms that we're using online. Obviously, COVID has introduced a necessity to reimagine how we do school. No longer are we the mortar and brick buildings. Our classrooms are everywhere. And so we are still having school. It's just a different kind of school. So the first thing is connectivity with our students with online platforms. The second thing is also now reimagining what will school look like when we come back in the summer, in the late summer, early fall. What will a typical day look like for our students and the different level of students, elementary students, early childhood, pre-K2, upper elementary, 3rd through 5th, the middle and the high schools, and really reimagining what will learning look like and how do we leverage opportunities that have come about, because also COVID is not just a challenge, it's also what it's created is it has given us an ability to see that there are other opportunities for us to leverage education like online platforms. And so the second is reimagining what school will look like for children. And of equal importance, what will it look like for those of us who are given the charge to educate? If you're a teacher, what will it require of you in terms of being able to use platforms? And for those of us who are leaders, we have to reimagine how we lead, because we are losing a certain level of connectivity just in the emotional sense. And that changes how we educate. Education, such a big part of education is relationship building and really engaging the learner as a person before we educate them. And that's extremely important, as well as the community that surrounds that educational institution. I enjoy very much doing pláticas in my neighborhood. I feel like a caged lion now because I can't get out anymore. And so for those of you who know me, I love being out in the streets. I love talking to folks. Can't do that right now. So part of reimagining the future is not just for students, but it is also for the adults, because obviously it's the adults who deliver the instruction to students. So it's really reimagining how do we provide equal amounts of support in terms of professional development for teachers, as well as for students when they return. The third item that we are also facing is the social emotional trauma that most of our students are probably going through right now. A lot of times schools, whether we are in the pre-K-12 or the K-16 system, students come to us with emotional challenges. And so I, as a superintendent, as a parent, as just a human being, I worry about students who are at home and do not come to school. And so those are factors that we're also taking into consideration as we bring students back in, that we address those emotional needs, because our students will not be able to receive instruction until we address those needs. So those are the three things that I think are challenges right now.
It's interesting, and you're exactly right. Anybody who knows Dr. Hernandez, he is a leader with the heart of San Antonio. So Dr. Hernandez does amazing things without in the community, and he's always out there. So if he's not providing turkeys out in the street, he's out at the community's home, having these pláticas, these community pláticas, talking about all the amazing things that are going on in Edgewood ISD and taking this charge and this leadership. So Dr. Hernandez, my question to you is, what would you tell our students in our community, how, if there was one thing that we could do to help Edgewood ISD continue to educate our youth and our community, how could we partner or help you reach that goal of reaching everybody and educating everyone?
So I think really just partnering with the shoulder to shoulder as we get out into the community. I think the Alamo College District in general, with the passage of the Alamo Promise, that gave us an opportunity to really leverage conversations with students who might have felt like college was out of reach for them. And so that really allowed us and gave us a platform for us to talk to students. I think now we're still getting out into the neighborhoods, socially distancing and following those guidelines, but really partnering together and saying to the student, even though school has changed or the way we do school has changed, we are still here for you. And if there are financial challenges you're having, then we need to know about those. If there are emotional and traumatic challenges you have, we need to know about those. If there are instructional deficiencies that you feel you still have, we need to continue to know about those things. Because those are, I think, some of the challenges that sometimes as students, you think it's just you, and it's not just you. You end up finding out there's a lot of us who are struggling. And I will tell you from my own personal story. When I went to college, I felt like I struggled, and I thought it was just me. Years later, I came to find out it was a lot of us. And so I think it's helping us engage the community through platforms such as this one, and to share the message that it's okay if things aren't okay right now. And we're here to support you through this very traumatic time for not just young adults, but for parents and families alike.
Yeah, so Dr. Eduardo Hernandez from Edgewood ISD, your superintendent, and one of the amazing partners that we have with Palo Alto College and the Alamo Colleges District, really moving forward together. Alamo Promise, definitely a game changer in our communities, giving students an opportunity to continue with their education at no cost to them or their families. And that is amazing, because you have amazing teachers, amazing principals, and of course your leadership moving us together to partner. And so we're real excited to continue this partnership even during this pandemic of trying times. Your students are our students and vice versa, and we do have shared concerns, whether it's food insecurity, housing insecurity, students not having access to technology or even Wi-Fi. And so those are some of the challenges that we experienced also at our institution in trying to move our students forward in education. But I know that working together with leaders such as yourself and with great school districts such as Edgewood ISD, I know that we're going to be able to educate our community, because we're in this together with all the corazon that we have. I know that we're going to be making a difference. So I thank you for joining us this afternoon. Very much appreciative of you and the work that you and your team are doing.
I appreciate the opportunity, sir.
Thank you.